How's it going, RVers? This is Eddie here at Veerinks RV Center in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and right behind me is the brand new 2025 Tab 360S. This is going to be the interior kitchen floor plan. They are working on a clamshell version of it, but you will see some more info as we head into next year, just because we won't see that very soon. But brand new model. So nuCamp is known for their quality construction and their craftsmanship when it comes to these teardrops. So they make everything from a small 1,500 pound tag teardrop up to a huge, massive, like 4,500 pound Cirrus 920, which is a truck camper. So that is kind of what they're known for, is teardrops and truck campers. But we'll head in, we're gonna check everything out about this floor plan, about the construction. I'm gonna go over some major features that make nuCamp, but we'll start with the outside. So this is the Tab 360. This is the silver color. Then they kind of have their ridge decal out here, but it's gonna have your mountain range, and there are a few different decals that you can get. But on the outside, what this construction is they're gonna do a fully aluminum frame, block foam insulation, and a full composite floor on this. So if you did get any puncture in your flooring, you're not gonna have wood in there that can rot and warp. The only wood that is actually gonna be in this coach is gonna be all of their cabinetry. There is no wood that's actually in the framing or the construction. But you are going to have ASDEL components as well on the exterior wall and the interior wall. So that is a huge, huge thing when it comes to preventing delamination if you did get any water intrusion. You're going to have dual pane acrylic windows on all four corners. They all do open, and I'll show you those bug screens and privacy shades when we do head inside. This is going to be the Boondock package, or the Boondock edition, so you are going to have the larger rims and beefier tires for a little bit of off-roading. You're going to have a pitched axle, which is going to give you about 4 inches of extra ground clearance as well. But as we head around towards the front, just to show you the redesigned front storage tub. So if you've seen their 320 or their Tab 400, at least in previous model years, there's usually a smaller tub in the center, which is gonna have your propane and a little bit of storage, and then an aluminum platform, which you can add your own extra storage bins. They kind of took that out of the equation. So up front, you are gonna have this huge diamond plate storage box, which does have a latch and it does have a lock. So manufacturers usually can't include a lock if there is propane, so they added an access panel on the side, which I'll show you in a minute, so that if you ever needed to, you can open that up to turn your propane off. So this is a lockable storage bin, which is pretty sweet. Over here, you have this access panel right here. So if you ever needed to turn off your propane, but that was locked on the front, you can actually just reach in to actually turn off and shut off that propane. One other thing that nuCamps didn't typically have is a spot to store your sewage hose. So this has a cassette toilet, so you can dump that in a lot of different places, so you're not gonna have your typical black tank, and I'll show you that too. But you still have a gray tank, which you do need a sewage hose to dump. But if you look, there's a big storage bay, so it'd be a good spot for like 2x4s for wheel chocks, or just your stinky slinky, as I call it. But that is a nice addition, just to make it a little bit more well-rounded. As we start to head down this side, it just looks sweet. And you're gonna have your plastic back bumper right here, which will help protect against, like, if you're backing this down some brush and stuff and you have a bunch of tree branches hitting the sides, you do have this molding which will help protect your seams and your joints. That window is called your Stargazer window. It's going to be right over top of your 2 twin beds. So if you are make it into basically a king mattress and you lay down and you want to look at the stars, you can open that window up, get some good airflow. You're going to be able to get airflow from north, south, east, west. We'll see that when we head inside. nuCamps do a Nautilus water management system, which is basically like a full wet bay, which has an outdoor shower too. But if you check that out, it basically just makes things super easy when you get to the campground. There's a valve system right behind there, and so if you're dry camping, you set those valves to a certain configuration. If you're using city water, you set them to a different configuration. You do have your outdoor shower right there as well, and your tank fill. So it does make it super easy, super convenient when you get to the campground, because camping should not be stressful. I mentioned that this has a cassette toilet and not a black tank. So this does utilize a 5-gallon cassette. So your toilet's on the inside in your wet bathroom, and then you basically pull this out. You can pull this out and it's got wheels on the bottom, and you can wheel this to a dump station, to a toilet, where you can actually dump out your cassette toilet. So rather than taking the whole toilet out, they give you this little suitcase type thing, which goes in and out super duper easy. All right, now let's head inside and check out some more features. So right when you go in, you are gonna notice that you have a massive 5 cubic foot refrigerator, which I say massive, that may not sound that big, but this is a small 2,600 pound teardrop. So you do have a huge fridge. So as we get in here, notice the screen door is just a pocket screen door that pulls out from the side. So that's just another tidbit of their manufacturing and their craftsmanship, but big refrigerator right here, and we'll check it out when you pop inside. Up front, you're gonna have most of your storage bays and all of your cabinets and stuff for your kitchen. You are gonna have a dual basin, or a single basin sink, but you have your cooktop right there on the other side, so it can act as counter space too if you are doing some prepping, or you can head over to the dinette to do a little bit of prepping too, but check these out. All these are soft close drawers. Well, not that one. These ones are all soft close drawers, and they are dovetailed construction. So most other manufacturers and most competitors are going to use staples to put most of their stuff together. That nuCamp's actually doing real wood and dovetail construction. So they just finish everything off super nice. You have all these little buttons that you can press, which are your latches for all your cabinets. But if you come in here and you actually look at a nuCamp and you start pressing on everything, you'll notice that the quality is there, which is pretty cool. You're going to have a small cassette toilet and wet bathroom, which does have a sink on the inside. Your faucet for your sink will actually pull off to be your shower head. Now, this has a really unique heating system in it called the Aldi system. It's going to be like a boiler system in your house. It's going to use heated glycol pushed through radiators to heat up this coach. It's virtually silent, and you can use it off of 110 power or 30 amp, or you can use it off of propane. So if you're out boondocking, you're probably going to utilize it off of propane, but if you're at a campsite and you are plugged in somewhere, you can utilize that off of plug-in power, which is pretty cool. So it's a two-way element, and it does conserve propane, but it's a radiant heat system, so you won't hear anything turn on for the most part, and it will create like a protective barrier that radiates from radiators located around the flooring and around the cabinetry. So it's called the Aldi system. It's really unique. If you want more information, give us a shout. It's pretty intricate design. So our number is 616-965-9625. But back here, twin bed floor plan. That is what makes this so cool. Is I am 5'8" on a good day, and I have plenty of headroom in here. If you're 6 foot, especially up here, you definitely don't hit your head on the ceiling. But there is a lot of space back here for being such a small camper. This is 2,600 pounds, and you're gonna have a dinette, which will be for 2 people, that will collapse down into sleeping space. You just pull this up, and then that falls down. Here's your other twin bed, which can be used for lounging, can be used for sleeping, but it's made for 2 or 3 people just because of the size of the mattresses. Lots of storage up above. And then they hide your microwave right here. So it's not just sitting out as an eyesore, they actually put it in a cabinet, which I think is a nice little touch. You do have air conditioning on board as well, which is probably located right here. You do have ductwork throughout that you'll see too if you come and check one out in person. But your windows, kind of the last thing I'm going to touch on is all of your windows do open up. All of them have this blackout shade that pulls down from the bottom, or pulls up from the bottom, and then all of them have this bug screen that pulls down from the top. So if you are boondocking and you can't turn on your air conditioner, but you want to get some good airflow in here, these windows make it super easy. So I just wanted to do a quick run through on a brand new 2025 nuCamp Tab 360. This is going to be about 2,600 pounds. This thing is quality, and the design makes it super user friendly. So if you have any questions, this is Eddie at Vierinks RV Center. My number is 616-965-9625. Give us a shout if you need anything, and thanks for watching.